items for him, and he still needs 2-3 items before he can carry this game.
I feel like this is one of the closer 20k goal, if you could say that. And now Spectre coming in, but so is Funnick. On the backside, they just need more Sentry Ward, they need more detection. They don't have a gem either. Funnick scouting things out here from the back line. It is nighttime here, so he doesn't see as far. But for now, they are holding to that particular tower.
For the time being, Havos working towards his next item. Both cores for Na'Vi are way ahead in terms of gold. And that's what you need against the Spectre. If you have equal farm, he's going to outcarry you. But when you have 2 carries that are 6k gold ahead, yeah, he's got a long way to go to catch up. And even though he's got a Radiance, he's not using it to farm much. He will approach the creeps now. He'll start to last hit, but he's had this Radiance for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and I feel like he's seen 3 waves during this time.
Yeah, and again, you still have to respect the Clinks as well as the Bat Rider's initiation. So he's, again, like, he can only farm when there's 4 Park behind him. And that's exactly what they're doing.
They have an Alk, great hero to catch up in the mid-game. Max Greevil's greed, not seeing creeps. They have a Darkseer, can farm really quickly, not seeing creeps. They have a lineup that could farm really well if they felt safe to, but like you said, they don't feel safe.
Yeah, again, this is one of those games where you say, hey, we're going late into the game. One side has Spectre, the other side doesn't have a great late game hero. Why isn't that team losing?
Well, they have very good late game heroes.
Bro,
maybe not quite as good as Spectre, but Gyro is legit.
But the point I'm trying to make is that Navi's using the map a lot better in their farming. And because there's so much good gankers on the Na'Vi side, LGD is farming as a unit of 5. They're not getting as much out of the map, and they're really, really falling behind. Here comes a big smoke gank, and if they do find anybody, it's going to transition into a Rax push. Yao's got to be very careful. He's got the BKB, he's got the ghost, a ton of defensive items. Sylar, you are too far away from your team, my friend.
He'll phase back, and still Na'Vi lurking. Surprised they didn't just jump immediately, but they want a slightly better initiation, worried about the counter from LGD. This Observer Ward spotting any movements through their own jungle. Na'Vi leading right now, 20-15, still the score. They'll sit 4 Park behind Sylar. They might do this for 30 minutes if they have the shot. But Na'Vi says, we're going in. Funnick, he'll find Sylar. He'll focus Sylar first. He's got a BKB up. That's a lot of damage. Now the grip on Xiaowei. He gets caught. Laguna to the face. While that's happening, Dendy jumps in. He catches Yao. They've caught 2. They might catch 3. Yao will go Scepter and look to run. DDC comes in. That's a vac. Into an ice pad. Into a wall. Into a macro pyre. That is the perfect team fight, except there's no Spectre. There's no Alk, so it just doesn't matter. Na'Vi, they find the initiations with the Bat Rider blink, with the Fiend's grip from Puppey, everything going according to plan, and Na'Vi well on their way to leading this best of 5 2-0.
Yeah, and Na'Vi just shows you this game that they're just playing better Dota. A lot of Chinese versus Chinese games, if one team groups up as 5, the other team says, man, they're 5, let's group up as 5 as well. That's not how Western teams play Dota. Say, if you group up as 5, we farm, and that's exactly what Na'Vi did this game. And that's really the medicine to beat this kind of 5-man Chinese Dota group.
I think they've had this great combo, right? Vacuum into Ice Path, but we've only gotten to see it a few times. And when we were seeing it, they were just really far behind. I go back to some of those earlier fights where Yao wasn't at the tower when his team was taking a 4-on-5. Could have made the difference there. The rotation's a bit slow at times. Funnick might get caught, but they've already taken 1 lane of Rex. Na'Vi looking for 2. Funnick still has BKB. He'll simply run away. Havost is just going to try and muscle everyone down. He's got a Helm of the Dominator. He brings down 1 support. He will be driven back now. They might get themselves a Havost, but still, 1 Rex has fallen. It could be more. There's your stun. Xiaowei will at least try and turn this one around a bit. Havost low, and finally will fall. 1 lane of Rex down. One of them taking 300 damage or so. Na'Vi looking good here.
Yeah, Spectre needs a ton of items. He needs to open them with the Vig Booster. He needs to finish hard immediately and then go into like a Manta. I just don't think he'll have the time to do it. And look at what Funnick. Bot Rex is down. He says, man, free kills everywhere.
Yeah.
Higher Wives.
This is...
Higher Nyx Assassins.
When you're up against the Clinks, you need a Ghost Scepter on these supports to live. Yep. But no Ghost Scepter, no farm for it.
This is Funnick finding kills in the enemy base. Yeah.
Normally, this is where you'd say, well, they need a gem, they need Sentry Wards. They do have a gem now on DD, but...
They had it in the previous team fight as well, but...
The gem can't be everywhere. Yeah. That's the problem.
Well, now BKB on the Bane Elemental. Oh.
They actually have no way to cancel that Fiend Scrub.
Not anymore. Also, in the previous team fight...
Yeah, that's really bad for them.
Yao went in, and it was a perfect kind of wall vacuum combo you talked about. That wall and vacuum was delayed by Dendy's Flaming Lasso. If he dropped it out when the Spectre and the Alchemist was still alive, that would have been a better team fight.
That's the issue. Yeah, it's just now there's no way to stop that initiation. Bat Rider has a BKB too. That's double BKB, goes through BKB initiation from Na'Vi. So even the BKB on Yao won't matter. There's really no way not to get initiated on. There's not much of a way to stay alive. And we're going to see Dendy go Was it fucking Matt who did this build?
No. Bone 7.
Oh, Bone 7 from Kaipi, that's right.
Roll the
We'll go
TI4.
full Bone 7 with Mask of Madness here. I actually love this build.
This is absolutely amazing.
Huge team fight at Roche about to break out. Roche dropping fast for Na'Vi. BKB from Funnick. The Fiend's Grip unchecked on DDC. Low, not dead, finally will fall. Aegis claimed by Havos during this time. Funnick going back in on Yao. The call down deployed. Havos trying to duke his way out. He's got a Satanic. They've got to run. There's your Spectre Haunt from long range. Kuroki will drill him with a downtown ultimate. Now Havos might fall to Sylar. I believe he bought back for this. He will find the kill. Sylar being forced to buy back over. Very expensive. They pop an Aegis. They lose 2. And the buyback on Sylar. He needs to be fat. That ain't going to get him any fatter.
Well,
Here comes Puppy. Smoked up. Not done just yet. He'll go for a sleep here on Xiao 8, but just able to Shadow Blade away in time. While that's happening, though, Dendy's burning DD to bits. He finds DD. He knows he's dead. He wants more. He'll blink in. Remember, Sylar bought back. If he dies here, that's GG. It already is GG as Xiao 8 is tapped out. LGD China down 2-0. They are getting manhandled by Na'Vi in the Alienware Cup Grand Finals.
I just want to say that at the beginning of team fight, Dendy wasn't even there. He was jungling.
Poke smash.
Hulk smash indeed.
Na'Vi, I think the key thing here is they're playing Na'Vi Dota, right? They're playing aggressive mid-game Dota. They're forcing fights. We don't see them going for a Phantom Lancer, sitting back and farming, trying to take it late game and play passively. They take the fight to LGD, and LGD just cannot deal with their aggression.
Yeah. Have we seen Na'Vi actually fall behind on the goal chart against any of the Asian teams?
Well, this game they didn't.
Last game they didn't. And I don't think they actually...
Obviously, they lost that one game to LGD, so I imagine they fell behind that.
No, they were actually leading in terms of goal throughout most of the game until like the very end. That's why I'm...
At the end, they were behind.
Right. They were always out farming the enemy team. It's not because Na'Vi just constantly rice better. It's not like they push tower faster.
Yeah, they control the map, so they get to farm.
Right. That's very simple. LGD, again, and all the Chinese team needs to learn when to not group as 5. And that's...
I think they get too scared too early, and then when they do go to take fights, it's so obvious, because all the lanes are pushed. I mean, you talked about Game 1, the super obvious smoke ganks from LGD China, and we kind of saw that in this game. I feel like they need to be controlling the tempo a bit better, and when you give away a Bat Rider, you don't have a strong tempo control. This is one of the reasons that Alk mid is kind of dubious to me, because sure, he doesn't die, he farms well, and late game he scales, but that's a Bat Rider mid. We saw what happened for the Bat Rider. Dendy died, he delayed his Blink Dagger, but he was all over the map, forcing fights, putting the pressure and the hurt on LGD. LGD were always reacting, and the big thing was that freed up Funnick to get a fast Orchid, to come join the fight. Sure, Havos died a few times, but I just think they need a stronger tempo controller mid. Something like a Bat Rider, hard to get, however, and in this game they gave it away.
Well, let's send it back to Bruno and LGD.
Bruno and 2GD.
2GD. There's too many GDs.
You're doing pretty poorly today, LGD.
I know. Well, I mean, I got problems at home. Got problems with my bank. I use a Visa card and it just doesn't work when I go abroad.
You should go MasterCard.
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Anyways, where to start, right?
Yeah, I've got mine in my head.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do yours first,
Okay.
because otherwise I just talk a lot of rubbish.
No, it's not rubbish.
So go on.
Do not think about that, about yourself.
I like rubbish, actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now I know what to give you for your
Like
birthday.
that guy from Sesame Street, you know, the
Yeah.
green one?
Yeah,
What's his
the
name?
one that lives in the trash can.
Lives in garbage.
We
call garbage rubbish in England.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Anyways, laning phase, terrible. All the matchups,
all of them.
All of
Both
them.
teams.
terrible. No, they just auto attack the creeps. They die to tower damage. They were asking where to buy wood. You know, disasters. No, but
Laning phase terrible.
laning phase terrible. Darkseer versus Klinks is a matchup that actually favors Klinks quite a lot. Even if Darkseer decides to grip skip, the Klinks will get all the acids because of the damage of the Searing Arrow, especially if that Klinks is Fanic, which to me was the MVP this match.
I was going to say that too, MVP Funnick.
Yeah.
That's 2 games I'd give him the MVP.
Same thing here. 2 games in a row.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys.
Is he going to be the MVP of the series? That's the question.
But
Yes,
I want to
MVP
keep giving honorable mentions to
Yeah,
Havos.
let's keep going. Huh?
I want to still give honorable mentions to Havos.
I think he's worth a 5 in carry now. He's got 4 in his name, but
you know, he has his name right now is Havos 4.
Yeah, we've seen it.
He knows.
You need
You know
to.
who told him? Tusky Atri.
Yeah, I know. But I gave him a
Been a good
9.
sport about it.
Remember the first day, I gave him a 9. and people would.
No, you didn't
You
give him a
didn't
9.
give
That
him
was
a
a
9.
bug in the system.
Yeah, but
Don't
I
try to
said like
defend
that bug is right.
No, you didn't.
I did.
showed you the ratings.
I did.
I said, is there anything, Bruno, that
defended.
you'd like to change? He made a few changes. Didn't touch a vote.
They're statesmen. Go to the
Now,
vote.
now he's trying to be the politician and back
What?
off.
I
stand
always
by it.
like.
I stand by
votes.
my rankings.
Come on.
Every team, when you say 9 row or 9 Havos,
Yeah.
you don't even mean it seriously. You just joke about it.
I don't. People know I don't. I'm actually serious about the guy.
This
Like,
backpedaling from
I
Bruno.
know.
Disappointing.
come on.
I believe.
I
you,
think the
Bruno.
American
Thank you,
culture of
James.
politics and fast food and
It's wearing off on Bruno.
yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
All right. Let's
Clink-
get back on track.
Klinks beats that lane. Bad Rider has a field day against Alchemist, although Alchemist shows something interesting, which is the acid spray harass. It's quite annoying to deal with. You just, I mean, when you're Bad Rider, you're not constantly dealing damage. You're just applying stacks and then you burst with the Firefly and Flame Break and everything. While as an Alchemist, all you do is just like slowly chip away the life, which is quite annoying for the Bad Rider because it zones him out as well. So eventually Dandy keeps getting a lot out of that lane regardless. And the tri-lane works pretty nice. I mean, Bane Lina is such an easy setup for whatever you want to do. And the Gyrocopter there to capitalize. Also, Gyrocopter combines very well with Bane because you sleep and then you Rocket Barrage. I don't think that LGD found answers. They played very passively, which
And
is what
statically.
which is what they didn't rotate. LGD is one of those teams that we talked about a lot. They lose the lanes pretty often compared to other top tier teams. But the problem is that Navi ramped up the aggression so much with heroes like Bad Rider in your face, Klinks just jumping on the supports. I can't even count how many times Nyx Assassin was orchid and killed.
Yeah.
Happened every single time. They went straight for the Nyx Assassin.
9 times.
I counted 7, but I can't count more than
I think
7.
the biggest thing of this game was just they lost all 3 lanes. Like, the Clinks won top lane. Dendy, obviously, sure, he didn't really outfarm the Alk, but he did a lot more for
It
mid.
wasn't like hard wins. It was
The
like
tri-lane, they should have won that harder than they did. I felt like LGD were kind of lucky to get the kills they did.
I think LGD did okay considering their LGD.
They did better than they should have, but
yeah.
like that draft, they should have just lost all 3 lanes.
Yeah, they
But
should've.
they have to draft better if they want to take game 3.
You have to consider the kind of the mark where it was going okay for LGD before it went sour, right? Which was basically the Darkseer was able to hold his tower and he did get good farm.
Yep.
Okay. So your top lane, that's all right. You've got your mech, you're getting decent farm, and your tower's still there, even though Funnick eventually was going to be able to harass it.
Right.
It was only about 50% health. Mid lane, acid spray keeps creeps away from your lane.
Yeah.
In terms of, from your tower, sorry, and you're doing okay. Bottom lane, they actually had Sylar on about 2,000 gold towards his Radiance. And his lane, it wasn't necessarily how much farm he's get, it's like, is he going to get his item?
Right.
And you've got a Nyx Assassin and also a Jakiro, which are very good at counter-initiates. The biggest problem they had when everything went south, Dendy goes top rune, picks up an invisibility, TP's bottom, uses the invisibility, destroys the bottom lane, and gets 2 kills onto Hervost playing the Gyrocopter. Kurokai had an absolute fucking nightmare of a game. If you're going to play Alina versus a Darkseer, and I think there was, like a Nyx Assassin as well, it's just so hard to hit any stuns. I would have liked to have seen a Disruptor. So he was just like, fuck this, I'm going Aghanim Sector. I don't even want to hit a stun. I'm just going to throw out
Angry ultimates to people.
Like seriously, that's what it was like, because he was very irrelevant. But it was for me. The supports weren't that relevant of Na'Vi. It was Dendy making space.
Yeah.
It was Funnick getting farm. And then when Dendy couldn't make space, Funnick made space. So Dendy got the first rotation down. That blew Sylar's farm kind of out of the water. He wasn't able to do what he wanted. Their moment of safety, where they could have been getting progressively better, was disrupted by a Batrider. After the Batrider wasn't able to participate as much, Funnick got pretty fat. As soon as he got his BKB and Orchid done, he literally could kill any support.
Yeah.
And
And
even
also,
almost
yeah.
Sylar. Yeah, and he was just playing amazing. And if you guys, I'm sure you guys know of Funnick, but everything that we've seen of him, he is the best on Klinks.
Yes.
I've not
Yeah,
seen
that's not even a debate.
Black
Yeah.
Black plays a pretty good one.
No. I mean, Black plays a nice Klinks.
Yeah.
Funnick
but
plays a great
Funnick
Klinks.
plays it on
Funnick
a whole
plays-
nother level in
yeah.
terms of how far he's able to go and push the limits of that hero. He is so good. He picks up a kill on one, Orchids to the other, gets him on the way out as well.
It's very fluid too.
Yeah, he has no, like, he's so good on that hero. So he's definitely the MVP. But between him and Dendi, they made all the room. Havost, I don't know if you guys saw it pretty early on. I don't think you got it on stream. Picked up like 4 stacks on Ancients.
Yeah, supports were doing a good job stacking.
Yeah. And that's why I felt like Puppy and Kurokai were just there to keep things
cheer
ticking.
for the team.
Yeah, but keep things ticking, just kind of turn up. And it was pretty amazing though. And Puppy did get his BKB, which was huge in the last fight.
He just stood there.
Yeah, he did that.
Come again? How's it?
Well,
Kawa.
He has like
How is it,
8
please?
arms. Kawa's just fucking asleep.
I wanted to
Come
see
on,
it.
man.
But I really do wish that they used. I wish LGD used
Kawa's quietly
Xiaowei a
threatening
lot
to
more.
kill Lumi.
Now you're there.
Wait.
Hey.
I was
Now
just
we're
saying.
here.
Now
We're
you're
not-
doing
I'm
it?
talking
Jesus,
Dota.
The moment is gone.
Hashtag
no.
production value.
What?
What happened? Oh,
So
that.
when Bane ults, now it's okay, like this, right? Except he has like 8 arms, right? That guy has
Yeah,
like
they're all waggling around.
oh,
him.
it comes on the ground,
Yeah.
like tentacles.
He's got like tentacles.
You like that,
hentai.
don't you, Lumi?
You like those tentacles,
We'll
don't
leave
you?
it at that.
Tidehunter player Lumi.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think they should have stacked something for the Alchemist, even if it was just some of the camps on the safe lane when Sylar had it easy, and actually got the Alchemist an earlier Shadowblade and had him in join team fights earlier, a similar time to when the Bat Rider, so counter gang can actually be.
See, that's the problem though. When they pick the Alk, it's still Xiaowei playing it, and that's just not the way Xiaowei plays. Xiaowei wants to join the fights constantly. His Shadowblade was very late, and it's not a hero that fits him. If they want to put him mid, they need to put him on. I mean, I would say Magnus's RPs aren't the best, but that hero still fills that role well. A Beastmaster, a Bat Rider. You can't put him on an Alchemist mid unless he's going to change his style, and it seems like he's just not going to at this point. So,
but they
I just don't like the drafts for their team that much.
Yeah, they needed that Alchemist mid game. I mean, you can pull in the Darkseer, but there's no guarantee how the team fights are going to go just because it's unreliable in terms of stuns. You really need everything else to kind of connect. But that Alk was so important mid-game, and just having a later Shadowblade and not being able to make something happen, that was huge and just gave Na'Vi the map.
And that's, I think, one of the perfect examples where tri-core lane sometimes doesn't work. When you get too greedy and you... Because when you get so many cores, you say, well, if I don't get farm on A, I will get it on B. If I don't get farm on B, I will get it on C. Which is perfect, is the enemies playing towards your advantages, which is they let you farm, they do not put pressure on you. They will just go for roaming and gank. They can kill the guy in the mid lane, and they free up the top lane or the bottom lane for the other guy to farm. But when they start pushing together and fighting as 5, you will have to group up as 5. When you're playing with all your cores together, the experience and the goal that they get, they're sharing against each other. So you can leave one aside, like they did with Spectre for some time, but you're fighting 5v4. And 2 of those guys that are fighting in your 4 are not entirely strong enough because they want to farm, they don't want to fight right now. So then the Na'Vi, well, Dendi is part of Na'Vi, doing the perfect thing against this kind of lineup, which is putting the ball into them, and something that LGD China has struggled against in the past. Orange did the same in the first part of the playoffs. Na'Vi did the same in that first game of the semifinals of the upper bracket, and they're doing it again. And LGD China have to, I don't know, it feels very cliche, but I think they have to go for kind of a pocket strategy right now, because
I think it's really the drafts.
I think they're out of ideas at the moment.
Because you look at the way that draft developed, they started with a Bat Rider first pick. I thought it would be Funix Bat Rider. You thought it would be Funix Bat Rider. We talked about barely ever seeing Dendi play the hero because he barely ever plays the hero. It usually is Funix. They bust out the Clinks last.
They barely even get the hero.
They caught LGD completely by surprise with that, and that's what I mean when I say I think Navi's just drafting better. Not only were their lanes stronger, but they're catching LGD off guard. Like you said, Bruno, maybe a pocket strategy. If it's not going to be a pocket strat, it's at least got to be something that they don't normally do. Because Na'Vi just has them figured out with these drafts. And
doesn't have to be a crazy hero.
Doesn't have to be a space
an
cow.
interdimensional space cow would be nice, but it doesn't have to necessarily be any hero. It can be just a smart rotation of the lanes, you know, which is something that...
No, forget that. I'm calling out, they need to go push.
5-man?
Not 5-man,
Cheese
but
push.
like
Cheese
push
push?
every lane, split push hard, because they are... No Chinese team has ever let go in the first 20 minutes. I'm just making up stats. K-Poptosis, go check it out. By the way, shout out to K-Poptosis for being invited to do stats over TI3. But somebody look up the stats. Has Na'Vi in this tournament actually fell behind gold in the first 20, 30 minute of the game?
Well, there was the group stages.
Well, forget that.
Just the playoff.
Just a playoff. I don't think they have.
Probably
Maybe 1 or 2 game, but they are leading so much and they just don't give up a lead. So if you're LG China, you push hard, balls to the wall, balls to the towers walls. Let's go. Make something happen.
Balls to the wall it is. Guys, any closing words?
No, I'm okay. I'm going to You want to go to break?
I'm going to get a glass of water real quick and prepare Lumi for his wrapping session. Because after this Game 3, this series might be over. Thank you all for joining us. It's the Alienware Cup Grand Finals one more time. If you haven't already done so, check out Facebook, twitter.com/Alienware Cup. You can also visit the website, alienwarecup.com. There is probably going to be a compendium giveaway, DPM. More details for that are on Twitter. Is that correct? She's on Facebook. Facebook.com/Alienware Cup. There will be International 3 compendiums available as giveaways. She's actually spent a lot of money on those. 100 compendiums. That's right. A lot to give away. Head over to facebook.com/Alienware Cup. You can find out more about the giveaway. But stay tuned. We'll be right back with Game 3. It could be our last game, so you won't want to miss it. It's going to be LGD China versus Navi. The players ready in the lobby. We should be starting in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Are going to the grand finals of the Alienware Cup. ID right on the TV. At long last, Navi has done it. They went 1-7 in the group stage.
Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on sweater already. Mom's? Who the fuck writes mom's spaghetti? He's nervous, but on surface he's calm and looks ready. This guy's a terrorist.
Welcome back to the Alienware Cup, where we're going into what could be the final game here for $25,000 for first place, $12,000 for second. Navi are on match point. If they win this, they're going to win 3-0. Who would have thought coming into this matchup that they could win that much? By that much, sorry.
Could be.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Did you say 3-0?
No, I said they were going to win.
Oh.
I said I was going to
Well, I
say
said
it could be the last game, but should it be the last game? I mean, if
Sounds
you're
like
if
Mr.
you're
Bruno.
Like
if you're Navi
Sounds like
right
American politician. That's all I'm saying.
now, if you're Navi right now, that's kind of like half a compliment at some weird way. But if you're Navi right now, you're 2-0, you're confident, you're dominating because you're not winning like close games. You're dominating. You go crazy. It's like I'm going to show off. Remember Alliance doing like the level 1 Roshan strat with all the TPs in China, getting all the people in China their attention. I'm Navi. I'm going to say like, I'm not only going to win this Alienware Cup. I'm not only going to take the $25,000 to my house and buy lots of random stuff. I will go and blow their mind. And if it doesn't work, I'll win again anyway, so it's fine. I'm just
very
saying.
politician-y. I like the way you put me in your shoes and their shoes, and then you relate to me and you say what I should do. I'm voting for you.
I will have a beer with you, random citizen.
Thank you.
Random citizen. And you know how to make a man feel special, too.
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, come sit on my lap, and I'll tell you a story.
I think we need
Why
to get
not?
new tables here at BTS. These tables are getting worn the
Bruno
hell
needs
out.
like a set of bongos
Did you
or
do this
something.
at
Where
our
is
studio
Drasko
as
when you?
well?
Yeah, I did that. See,
Oh.
but the tables are better there. So
We can't all have nice things, Lumi.
Yeah,
I didn't have anything else to follow that
me
up.
neither.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a bit of a weird intro to the final game, admittedly, of an Alienware Cup Grand Finals. I think we did it a lot of justice.
yeah,
Really hype, really smooth and polished.
I think LGD should do something different. I think Na'Vi are very smart. We'll see if something changes. Game 3. Was that good? Was that okay? Did I do well? Will you invite me back? Can we come back?
Will I invite you back?
Yeah.
Sure. But I'll be
Bruno
reluctant
doing?
about it.
try to understand the game.
All right, we'll hop into the draft now. Kawa has taken over. He says, screw you guys, we're hopping into it. It's game 3 of a best-of-5, the Alienware Cup Grand Finals, a $60,000 online event. The winner of this best-of-5 takes home 25 grand in US dollars. The loser only sitting on 12 count thousand. A little bit of extra money as some teams were penalized for unprofessional behavior, but by and large, it's 25K, a lot of pride. On the other side, it's only 12K. LGD currently trailing 0-2 in that best-of-5. Na'Vi, they've came, they've seen, and they've almost conquered. Man,
Almost.
my English is great. It's because I got Lumi here at my side.
Man, Lumi always get the hate for the English, but wait till you see the rap, man. That's when everything goes away. Darkseer is going to be the third ban here for LG China as they go back for Alchemist and Magnus. This is a hero that we've been harping for. It's not for the RP. The RPs were hitting grounds, but it is the Empowers that's going to allow Alchemist to take the farming game away. Na'Vi seems like they wanted to take this early to mid, and Dragonite and Chen are a two-way to do it. I think Dragonite's going to have a decent time because no matter who he lanes against, whether it's an Alchemist or Magnus, with Dendy's skill on the hero, he should be able to kind of take the lead in the game.
I like this a lot better because now with the Mag pick, it should be a solo mid Mag. Mag does pretty well against Dragonite mid. Alk should be that safe lane farmer. LGD, if they're not going to be creative, they have to be smart about not being creative, which means not getting too greedy. Alk mid was too greedy last game. Their lanes were way too weak with an Alk Nyx dual lane against a triple ranged tri-lane. So I think this is a smarter opening for them. Sure, it's a bit predictable. Maybe it's something that Na'Vi can punish, but at least it's a tried and true method.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want a sub for this last game?
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good. I ain't no Ben Wu.
The LD, replace me, please. This game is too boring. We want blood. We want blood. No blood yet. But the draft continues. Darkseer and Rubik banned out by LGD, removing the Funnic Darkseer, something that they usually will turn to, and of course the Kurakai. I've been told it's Kuraki now. Rubik. I have no idea. Kuroki.
Kuroki's
I like
good-
Kuroki.
Yeah, good enough for me. Bane Elemental here banned out for themselves. Are they looking to pick up a melee carry? Because I thought Bane would be good against Alchemist. We saw him do fine against last game. Any
And
reason
Shadow
you think,
Demon.
Yeah, any reason that you think Bane is banned out? Are they looking to pick up a carry maybe like an OD or something like that? That is so high priority in a single target that you just don't want him to get locked down?
An OD is an option, can dominate the mag mid. They could run a safe lane farming Dragonite, but it's a bit rare for any team to do that. We'll see where they go. Banning Bane and Shadow Demon, it's just strong defensive supports. I think that's the main thing. It's a hero that doesn't need a lot of farm, and the Shadow Demon especially, the Bane to a lesser extent, to get stuff done. And it means if Na'Vi jump in and want to kill somebody, there's no defensive sleep for 1 second, there's no Shadow Demon disruption for 2.5 seconds. They won't have as much defensive firepower. But I don't see any huge pressing reason to ban these heroes. Just seems like good supports that LG like to run.
Okay. I was very certain that Na'Vi was going to go Storm 4th. And they might even go Storm 5 here. You put the Dragonite mid, have Havos lane it. They did swap the lane from Dendi and Havos from time to time in the Alienware Cup. And then just say, hey, Storm on the one row, and then just go to work. We did see, I think it was LG China? No, it was LG punished it yesterday with the offensive trialing anti-mage, if you still remember that.
Yeah.
I don't think this particular lineup can punish it as easily, though.
Yeah, because they already have a Prophet now. So if
Yeah.
they tri-lane, it's like a support Alchemist in the tri-lane.
You could run offensive trialing with Alchemist with like Crystal Maiden and insert another support.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't have to be an anti-mage, but we'll have to see. I think it could even be, if they want to run a Storm, I just put the Storm mid.
Sure.
There's
That
no
would be-
reason,
yeah.
and they have the lane to run them in. last time that was the issue, was there was nowhere to lane that Storm because it was an OD mid. It would be a mag mid. That's something Storm can deal with. So if they want to run Storm, it's definitely an option. Chen's a nice combo here. You can send him in right